You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're way back there. I can't see you.
She was always on the go. I knew when she was very young that she was going to be talented athletically. She started surfing when she was 2, picked up volleyball when she was 10, and obviously as she became 6'2", it became pretty obvious that she's going to be pretty good at it.
We had tried basketball, tennis, gymnastics, and she excelled at all of them, but it wasn't her thing. She didn't want to continue to do it. And volleyball never crossed my mind, and that teacher's aide showed up and it just happened to be her thing.
Just how proud we are of her. We have watched her put in the extra work. We've watched her, do all the extra things that not everybody does, and it's when nobody's looking. She's not looking for accolades. She just wants to be the best that she can be, and we couldn't be more proud of her.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining me.
Of course.
For those who don't know who you are, please explain yourselves.
I'm Allison Cavanaugh. Going to play volleyball at the University of Georgia.
I'm Grace. I'm going to play volleyball at Georgetown University.
So you guys are actually friends. How did you guys meet?
We started playing volleyball together when we were 12.
Wow.
So yeah, we met through that at JJVA, which is a club out here in Jacksonville. And then we moved over to OTVA and we've been playing together ever since then.
So you guys had club practice today.
Yes, right before this.
So how do you guys join a club? Do you just join or do you try out or?
Yeah, I mean, you try out for the club. There's a bunch of different teams. There's nationals, regionals, locals. We're playing nationals, which means we like travel everywhere. But I mean, you kind of just try out and they put you on a team. So that's kind of how it all starts.
So Grace, what's like the coolest place y'all have been?
Probably Philadelphia. I think that's everyone's favorite tournament.
I love Philly.
There's like a market we go to every year and it's just really fun.
So what's the best thing about playing volleyball?
I mean, I personally really love it because I'm with my best friends, and being on the national team, we get to like travel everywhere together, and I just absolutely love that, and it's so much fun. And then playing in the tournaments against other top teams in the nation is really exciting.
What about you, Grace?
I mean, it's just being with my friends all the time. I mean, that's the best part because it's like we grew up with these people, so it's just so fun to like watch everyone get better throughout the years, and especially now, like seeing where everyone's going to college, it's super exciting.
So since you guys do sports and school, how do you guys balance both of that?
I mean, for me, I kind of just get all my schoolwork done during school, so when I come home, I either have practice or I have my off time, so I mean, that's what I do, but
that's also what I do. I mean, I have a lot of time during school where I can get my work done. So when I get home, all I have to worry about is like studying for tests and then practice.
So your whole life is basically just volleyball, right? You guys just volleyball in school?
Yeah.
So what do you guys do to have fun?
hang out with each other.
What do you guys do? Like go to the movies, or I know you have like surfboards in your house.
I mean, in the summertime, a lot of people will just come over to my house. We'll go to the beach, but once it's like the cold, like winter, fall season, one of our favorite hobbies is driving down to St. Augustine and just going to like George Street and seeing like the Night of Lights. So that's usually what we do when it gets cold. So
So Grace, what would someone be surprised to know about you?
Probably that I'm an Italian citizen.
Really?
You always say that's my like go-to.
Okay, what about you?
I don't think there's really anything surprising besides the fact that I'm missing a finger.
What?
Yeah, I don't have a pinky.
What?
Yeah.
I did not notice that. How do you play volleyball with 4 fingers?
There's like sometimes where I'll hit the ball and it kind of just doesn't go in the direction I want it to because I don't have a finger. But other than that, it doesn't really affect my play at all.
Were you born with 4 fingers or?
No. So I was in a golf cart incident kind of.
Oh wow.
So that's how I lost it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So what are 3 words to describe the both of you and why?
Yeah. Question. I can do yours and you can do mine.
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect. You can go first.
Okay. I would say you are very passionate because, I mean, you're going to Georgetown, which is a very academic and athletic school, so I know you're very passionate about both of those. You're very kind. I can't think of one person that has like beef with you. So I mean, I don't know. And you're very trustworthy. I know I can trust you.
Aww.
So yeah.
I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of Allie is definitely just like beachy. Like she's just
That's a good one.
She's always so tan and just.
And
like,
you live at the beach.
loves
Yeah.
the ocean.
I do love the
And
ocean.
She like really pushes it on everyone else too. Like I didn't even like the beach before I met Allie. Like
She wouldn't go to the beach with me.
No, like
I made
before,
her.
I would not go to the beach at all. But definitely dedicated because obviously Georgia is like an amazing school, and I know how hard she worked to get there. So and the whole
Thanks,
recruiting
girl.
process. But yes, and then also probably kind. I mean, she's been one of my longest friends, and like I don't think we've ever been in a fight, like ever.
I don't think we ever have.
So who are y'all's biggest inspirations?
I know my dad talked about this, but personally my biggest inspiration was my old teacher who got me into volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have even like touched a volleyball if it wasn't for her. So I think being that she's the one who really got me into volleyball, and now she's living her best life, like I'm very inspired by her. So I would say my old teacher.
So like what's her story? Was she like at a school
Yeah,
or
she played volleyball at Stetson.
Okay.
And then she came and was teaching at my old school, Palmer Catholic. And I mean, being taller than everyone else, she was like, oh my gosh, you should play volleyball. Because I wasn't really like finding the sport that I connected with at that time.
Mhm.
So she came over to my house and just did like little lessons with me in my front yard. And I fell in love with it. So that's when I started playing club after that. So yeah,
Cool, shout out to her.
shout out.
What are you, Grace?
My biggest inspiration is probably both my parents. I mean, they definitely pushed me the most to just like strive to be the best that I can. And I know like my mom played volleyball when she was in high school, and it wasn't as big as it is now, but she's kind of the one who got me into it. So I kind of always just like play for the both of them because I know they want me to achieve her highest potential.
So what would someone be shocked to know about volleyball, if there is anything?
I don't know. I feel like everyone's like volleyball is easy. It's not easy. Like whenever we have gym class, all the boys are like, "Oh, like I can easily beat you. Like volleyball's easy."
Boys always say
Boys
that.
always say that, and it is just so much harder than you think.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like plays that you have to like figure out.
A lot of endurance.
Yeah. There's also a lot of different names for plays that like no one's gonna understand unless you play volleyball. So it's a lot harder than it looks. So.
I mean, not to toot my own horn, I used to play volleyball. I wasn't good at it, but I did used to play. So I know how hard it can be.
Yeah.
What about you, Grace?
I think everyone thinks about volleyball as just being full power. Like everyone thinks about power.
Yeah.
But it's really a ton of control. And that's the hardest part. Like especially like defense and service. Like I play in the front row and the back row, so I kind of know what both sides of the sport are like, and it's definitely very difficult to like control.
Yeah.
And like sure, like you have people who hit like 1,000 miles an hour, but it's even more impressive when you can dig those balls. Like it's completely easy.
Yeah, you also have to have like the core IQ. Like she said, it's not all about power. Like you have to like know where people aren't and put the ball there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like a lot harder than it seems.
We are here. We are at Florida Juice and Bowl. I have never heard of this place.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
All right, so let's go on in and grab something to eat.
Mic'd up with Allison Cavanaugh. I'm kind of demolishing this. I hate people watching me eat. Same. Hopefully this isn't time lapse. That would be even worse. Just like.
So what's different between club volleyball and I guess like school volleyball?
I mean, school volleyball is just kind of who's at your school. It's
Yeah.
not as high as club. It's just girls from all over different clubs throughout Jacksonville. But then when you come to a club, it's like
Is it more competitive?
Yeah, club's a lot more competitive. Especially for us, we play at like the highest level. So we're playing against those other high level teams throughout the nation. It's not just like the local schools. So
what's like the hardest team you guys have played and why?
I would say Legacy, but I don't know.
Yeah, Legacy was probably the hardest team we've ever played. Like they have the top recruit. Well, as of the last time we've checked, they have the top recruit of our class.
Yeah.
And it's just she's an amazing player, and it was so fun to play against them.
Yeah,
like we almost beat them.
We
twice.
did. Even though it's like a hard game, it's still super fun. You can.
So you guys are both going to college.
Yes.
That should be really exciting. You're going to Georgia, and Grace, you're going to Georgetown. So what's the most exciting thing about going to college?
I'm just excited to like go somewhere new. I did live in Texas for like a short amount of time, but other than that, I have lived in the same house my entire life. So I'm just excited to like go see new places and get out of Jacksonville and play volleyball there. I'm really excited for.
So what was the journey like to get to Georgia and Georgetown, getting those scholarships?
Basically for me, it was a lot of just phone calls and getting to know the coach. But since Georgetown is such a high academic school, I also had to get like a certain SAT score and make sure like my classes were approved by the school and a lot of stuff like that. So it was mainly about volleyball, but I also had to make sure I checked a lot of boxes like academically as well. So that's kind of what it was for me. I had to make sure like it was a fit on both ends.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, for me, I just kind of like fell in love with the school. I had been talking to them for a while, but you know, since they're like a more athletic school with like football, they took a lot longer for the recruiting process. So I went on my visit back in October last year, but I didn't recruit till March of this year because it was a longer process. But right when I went on my visit there, like I fell in love with it. I knew I wanted to go there. So every time they would come to watch me, I was like, I gotta be on my A game. Like I have to do my best. And so like that's kind of what I did. And then once they told me they had that position for me, I was like, I'm going there. Like I knew it. So that was what it was like for me.
Cool. Well, congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you.